Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. We're live. Hello, good afternoon. We are live. Okay, hold on. Yes, good afternoon. We are live. We're going to answer some questions about parole in place for U.S. citizen spouses. Okay, we're going to talk about it, the latest immigration news. I want to take some questions this afternoon, 4:51 p.m. Try to answer some questions about parole in place. Okay. Say hi in the comment if you're here so we can get started. Yeah, say hi in the comments so we can get started. I have to. Let me try to fix this light. Jesus. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Say hi in the comments so we can get started. Hello, Huri. How are you? Long time. I haven't seen you on this those live sessions. Thanks, Huri. Please like, by the way. I haven't seen you for a very long time on those live sessions. What's going on? Hola, Donna B. White. How are you? ¿Qué pasa? I don't know how to speak Spanish, but how are you? Thanks for joining us this lovely afternoon. It's 4:52 p.m. Eastern Time. We want to talk about the latest immigration news, what's really going on. I want to take some questions. If you have questions, just put it in the comments so we can answer those questions. Yeah. So what is going how to catch you online? Oh, I know, right? Because with those live sessions, I don't really know when I'm gonna be live because I'm a solo practitioner. So when I have time, I just jump into those live sessions. I try to have a schedule, but sometimes I can't really follow my own schedule. That's why it's really hard to know. Um, but I try my best at least Saturday to be here on live. um, but other than that, if you click the notification bell, you will not miss out. That's the point, right? You have to, you know, click on the notification bell so you don't miss out on anything. Yes, so we have this Biden administration. They're trying to come up with this parole in place for spouses of U.S. citizens. That's the reason I want to do this live session to explain a little bit more of what is parole in place if really this proposal becomes an executive order. So basically, Biden is trying to come up with an executive order before the elections, trying to parole U.S. citizen spouses of U.S. citizens who enter the United States unlawfully, legally. Therefore, they couldn't adjust status because the way they entered the United States. So now Biden is trying to come up with a plan so that they can get protected temporary status and work permit, therefore paroling them to the United States for the purpose of adjusting status. You know how the U visa is, even if you came to the US unlawfully, you can still adjust status by filing some type of waiver, even for VAWA too. You got the US unlawfully, you can still adjust status by filing some type of waiver. But VAWA, you don't really need the waiver, but for U visa, you need the waiver. Um, so something around those lines, really, that's what they're trying to come up with. And that's a great idea, to be honest with you. That's the best idea because a lot of people who got here unlawfully and they did marry U.S. citizen, but they cannot adjust status because 245I does not apply under their circumstances, or maybe they don't want to get a waiver to go out and come back. There's a lot of risk involved in those waivers. Hello, Labadi Gerta, how are you? How are you? Yeah, so yeah, if this parole in place for spouses of U.S. citizen, if this thing become a reality, that's going to help a lot of people. At least 1.1 million individuals will be benefit from it. But the question is, it might be challenged. Are they going to challenge it in court? I don't know. But there is a possibility of for it to be challenged. Let's wait for it first to get there, right? Before we start thinking about the challenge. The lightning. Okay, this lightning is killing me. Okay. Hello, Bless. Hello, how are you? Thanks for joining us. We are just talking about the latest immigration news. I don't know if you watched my last video, so I just want to follow up on it and take some questions. If you have a question, put it in the comment. By the way, if you're new here, you just got into this live session, please go ahead and like and share so we can keep going. We can keep going. Yeah. So I'm just here to take questions. That's why I'm quiet, waiting for you to put your questions in the comment. The thing with those questions, when I'm live, nobody want to ask their questions. Then they want me to come and reiterate the same thing that I already talked here. I talked about here, you see. Okay, please. United States by public bus, for instance, traveling by. Yeah, if you're just traveling from one state to another, as long as you have your valid passport, and the passport really doesn't matter until next year, I believe. But as long as you're traveling with your ID, like your identity, your work permit, by way of a bus, I think you should be fine. By the way, you can really ask them what type of identification they need, right? They'll tell you what type of identification. But if you're traveling by bus, really, you can just use your work permit. And if you have your valid passport for a different country, you can show it. If it's expired, just have your work permit, if you have it. If you don't have a work permit, you have to have like a valid type of ID, like a passport or something along those lines. Then you can travel. And another thing is you can call Greyhound bus to ask them what type of identification they need, because you don't have any document. Yeah, because the real ID is gonna come into play next year, I believe. Yeah, if it's valid, yes, bless. If it's valid, that you should be fine. Okay. Like, it hasn't expired, so you should be fine. Hello. Anybody else? I'm just here to answer questions, okay? If you have questions, just, put it in the comment. By the way, we have 12 people. Please like, please share. You're welcome. You're welcome. Let me see if we have another news. I don't think so. Let me just see. I don't think we have another news. Yes, it's okay. Your passport from your country, it's okay. Hello, Ike Bal. How are you? Yeah, I don't see any other news. I don't see any other news. Okay, joint motion to reopen. What is the question about your joint motion to reopen? Yeah, I don't see the question. Joint motion to reopen. What is the question? Oh my gosh, joint motion is still pending since May 2022. Wow, no response. That's weird. That's a long time. Oh my gosh. I guess I've talked to you before, right, Iqbal? Well, and what's your lawyer has been doing? That's like 1 year and half, almost 2 years. Pretty much this year is going to be 2 years. Really, they have to give you a response whether they want to join or not. Yeah, we've talked before, right? At this point, the only thing you can do is just follow up with the supervisor. Try to ask your lawyer if they can reach out to the lead attorney so you can get some type of response. Usually, they will tell you whether or not they want to do it. And you follow up with your lawyer, what they're saying. What are they saying? What exactly are they saying? Yeah, that's really bad because you can't do nothing. You're just waiting for them to do something. I don't have that. I don't. It's not like I have a contact email. It's just that when you send a general email, you just that's the lawyer's job basically. You just request to talk to a supervisor. They don't give out the email because they know people are going to be emailing them directly. So the way it works is that when you're talking to a supervisor, when you're sending the email to them, then you request like you want to talk to a lead attorney to know about the status of this motion. It has been 2 years. We don't have a response. Um, and if you never file the motion with the court, because if you already filed the motion with the court before filing, then you only have one chance. But the joint motions are unlimited. You know, you can file as many as you want. Yeah, so they say, wait, wow. But the thing is, Have you ever filed a motion with the court before directly without going through ICE? It's like a last resort. Let's say you're trying to get those people to join the motion, and then they don't want to join. They don't tell you why. It's been 2 years. Some people, what they will do, they will file directly with the court and let the court know that you've been trying. You want the judge to decide. It's called sua ponte. You want the judge to decide, but they always say it's a bad idea because the judge might decide and us might oppose it. That's why we go through them so that they can give you a yes just to start with. You know, it's a risk basically you are taking. So that's what I'm telling you. It's a risk you're taking, and if you file directly with the court, it's just one time. You only have one chance to do that. If it doesn't work, then it's gonna go back to them again to join. That's when they're gonna say again no. So that's why it's just better to wait and, you know, collaborate with them. I think your lawyer has to be a little bit aggressive in terms of asking them when. If you bug them enough, at some point they get tired, they just give you a response. So that's how we play the game. My motion to terminate removal proceeding was granted without prejudice. Yeah, wala kule jempeji. So now you can adjust status with USCIS. You should since I've been talking to you, you should come to me so we can adjust status with USCIS. Make info appointment for that. Why? To do what? In order to adjust status, you have to file the green card application with USCIS. That's it. They're not going to give you the green card on the spot. You still have to file the green card with USCIS and wait, just like everybody else. I don't know why you have to go to InfoPass appointment. To do what exactly? Can my daughter write a letter to ICE? I mean, they can write a letter to ICE, but the thing is, you already filed the motion. So you already filed the motion. The daughter's letter is pretty much like irrelevant to the motion that is already pending. It's just a matter of following up and to get somebody to look at it. So I don't know why it's taking them 2 years to respond. I know under Trump, it was actually taking that long. And I know some people have taken even 3 years to just respond. That's really just, that's at that point, that's the only thing you can do. Just try to get them to respond. Really be a little bit aggressive, like your lawyer has to make some effort of emailing. And at some point they really get tired and irritated. Then they just, you know, respond on whether they want it or not. And if they don't want it, that's when you go to court and ask for the judge to decide. But if you try to go to court now and the judge doesn't grant it to you and you go back again to them, or they're still going to find some reason to, like, now it's become like an offense for them, you know. So that's why we try the joint motion, and hopefully, you know, it gets granted. 2 years, I've seen 3 years under Trump, people waiting for 3 years just to get one response. So it's just a matter of following up and pushing. That's all I can say at this point. Your green card is pending since 6/30. Yeah, you need to send them that motion to terminate removal proceedings. You send the letter to them that if they can resume, if they administratively close your case, then you ask them to reopen it so that they can resume working on your case now that the judge has terminated removal. That's how it works. And then you just wait for them to reopen the case. It can take up to 6 months if the case was administratively closed, you know, in order for them to reopen it. And you have to be a little bit pushy too, like every 30 days follow up to say, I sent my motion to terminate, and my case hasn't been reopened yet, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I know we had a client in Boston where we got the motion to terminate removal and try to go back to USCIS so they can start reworking on the case. It took us at least like almost 4 months try to get USCIS to reopen that administratively closed case. If the case wasn't closed administratively, then of course you can just send that letter with your receipt and hopefully. Yeah, I don't really have any contact information. I just send the direct, like, the PD request email, and then usually they'll send you an automatic response. That's what Chicago does. But you just have to follow up in terms of, like, in the email, you say, well, I already sent it. Now, I don't know. Then eventually they're going to take your response or your email and forward it to but they're not going to, I don't have it because they're not going to give it to me. Yeah. You can try by phone number and try to see if you can get somebody to give it to you, but which I doubt it, but you can try. You can always try. Okay. Yeah, I know it's unfortunate you're trying to find a solution, but that's just, I mean, that's the only way you can go about it. Yeah. Ola Kunji. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, if I had the information, I was going to give it to you. I just have the general email for PD request. And then when you send the email, they're just going to send you automatic response. Let me see if I can find that email for, let's see. Let me see. Okay, for Chicago. Okay, hold on. I have it here. They're just going to send you. Yeah, that's like the general email. If you send the email, they're just going to send you like a automatic response, but don't give up. Yeah, when you send the email, you have to tell them the case was your alien number, your name, when the case was filed, like when the motion was filed. And then you say automatic response, but don't give up, and try to call on the phone too to get a direct email of some lead attorney. Yeah, just follow up, don't give up. Yes, Olakunje Jempedi, you're welcome. Good luck on reopening your case of USCIS. Okay, what else? Yes. Yeah, I really can't believe why they're taking too long. You're welcome, but it's not uncommon. Just know that it's not uncommon. It happens a lot in some cases. I've seen up to 3 years. Some lawyers under Trump, they waited for 4 years for the entire Trump administration to end. So it's not uncommon, but don't give up on following up until you get to somebody. What else? Who else has a question here? How long to dispute service termination? They're supposed to tell you in the letter, right? They're supposed to tell you in the letter. You're welcome. You're welcome. Please like, please share. Yeah, so cast DV. This is Instagram question. How long does it to dispute? How long to dispute service termination? Usually, when it has been terminated, the student does not have the 60 days grace period. They just don't. So, I mean, if you're just gonna dispute it, you should do it right away. As a matter of fact, in the letter, they should tell you, right? Because you don't have the grace period, the 60-day grace period. If you want to dispute it, you should dispute it. You should dispute it right away, because if you don't do it, then you don't have the grace period. That's bottom of line. So what else we have here? If I need, I'll contact you over the phone. No problem. Thanks. You can email me as well. It's always best. Um, no problem. Thank you. Okay. Anybody else? We don't. I guess we don't have any more questions. 27 minutes. Waiting for 30 minutes so we can hang up. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. I don't think we have any more questions. And by the way, Iqbal, another question is to ask yourself is, when they filed it in 2022, was it under the doily memo or was it just a joint motion, not like the regular prosecutorial discretion under the doily memo? Because they can update it and reference the doily memo because it's still valid up to now, right? So I can use the prosecutorial discretion and dismiss the case because if you're not a priority. So I guess a lot of people are asking them in Chicago, but Chicago usually they don't take that long. That's why I'm just so surprised. Do you only take cases from your case? Take cases from your state or nationwide? Nationwide, it's immigration. We take nationwide. But if the case is in court, we usually suggest that a person get a lawyer in their state just to avoid a lot of fees, travel fees. But if you're just filing with USCIS, dealing with USCIS, it's you can take any lawyer in the United States, right? The one that you qualify. Do you work on national interest waiver? Yes, I do work on that national interest waiver. That's like basically one of my favorites because it has a high rate of success. Um, yes, you can schedule your consultation. If you're interested in national interest waiver, you should schedule your consultation. The consultation link is in my bio. Oh, yes, under Dolly Mem. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's why you really have to find a way to get to somebody, like to talk to somebody. Like you can email them, but really try to figure out how can I talk to somebody even over the phone, you know? sometimes you really, if you try too hard, you might get to somebody and really just tell them that, well, my case has been pending for 2 years. I really need an update. Um, there's a lot of hardship for my qualifying relative, stuff like that. And then you can provide the letter from your daughter, stuff like that. You just need to get to someone who can actually look at your case. And your lawyer really, that's the job, to really follow up at least every 2 months, every 60 days. At some point, they really get tired. They will give you a response. Um, so that's all I can say. If they're not in court, asylum seeker, if they're not in court, it's 5K and up. If they're in court, it starts with 9K and up. Yeah, you should always give them a consultation link so we can talk about, because asylum is something you really have to talk to someone to understand if they have a valid claim or not. You can always give them a consultation link. Yeah, it's something we really have to go through the assessment of the case. Let me give you the consultation link. You can forward to your friends. I mean, the people who are interested in filing for asylum. That's the consultation. Can I follow up myself? Yes, you can follow up yourself and just tell them that, well, my lawyer applied for my PD request on such and such date. I'd like to know the status of the case because it has been really 2 years that the case has been pending. I really want to get to know the status of my case. I'm experiencing extreme hardship for my qualifying relatives, stuff like that. Yeah, you have your rights to follow up yourself. Yeah, that's yes. Yeah. So, and you can always tell your lawyer too. Yeah, Iqbal, the best way to really start at 5K, right? The best way to go about it is to tell them to do a consultation, and we're going to try to figure out the case first and find out whether the case is valid or not, because they have to be, because some people just like to apply for asylum for the sake of it and then not winning. So we have to figure out some basis for it first. You can always schedule consultation. And by the way, Chicago, if they live in Chicago, they live in Chicago. If they live in Chicago, just let them know that there's a loan available too for the fees. We do work with an organization that gives loans to immigrants that have valid cases. And Chicago, if they live in Chicago or in Illinois in general, depending on where they live, right? But if they are in the state of Illinois, they are pre-qualified. So it's in their best interest. If they don't have the money up front, at least they can get a loan, even if they don't have a work permit yet, because we can prove that they can actually work within a year after we filed for asylum. So you need to give them the consultation link so we can talk about their cases, okay? It's going to help them a lot. Kasdiv, this is the consultation link right here. I put it in the comments. You can schedule it so we can talk about your national interest waiver type of case, because just know that national interest waiver has a high rate of success if it's done properly, and I have experience with that, proven success for those type of cases. What else? Yeah, this is the link right here. Hold on. This is the link. You can see it right there in the comment. That's the link. And not to mention, yeah, that's the link for the consultation. Once we talk about the consultation and I feel like there's a valid claim, I can refer them to the loan officer so they can apply for a loan if they don't have that type of money up front. Because they live in Chicago, they pre-qualify already. You see? Yeah, try to talk to them so we could talk about their cases. Thank you very much. What else? You're welcome. Cass DV, you're welcome. You're welcome. Who else has a question? And thank you, Iqbal, for thinking about it. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Who else has a question so we can wrap up 36 minutes? The good news is that the Biden administration is trying to come up with a plan to save at least 1.1 million of individuals who are spouses of U.S. citizens but happen to get to the U.S. illegally. They couldn't adjust status. So if that plan works, they're trying to do it before the election because they want to win voters, right? If that plan works, it's going to help people to adjust status. I mean, spouses of U.S. citizens, they want to try to come up with parole in place the way they've done it for military families, something along those lines. I'm just watching it every year, every day, from the day they talked about it. And once it's there, we're going to talk about it. We're going to give you updates. That's why you need to be subscribed so you can be informed every time we have another news or an update on that case. So what else? That's it. This is it for today. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining. Please share, please like. Thank you very much. Thank you. Please like, please share. So until next time, bye-bye. Thank you very much.